Rome, Italy, a city steeped in history, where ancient ruins meet modern political power. It's Easter time, a period of reflection and diplomatic meetings, and right in the middle of it all, we've got U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. He's in Rome, meeting with none other than Italy's Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni. Now, these kinds of meetings are usually pretty formal, right? Lots of handshakes, carefully worded statements, and everyone trying to look their best for the cameras. But this particular encounter? Well, it had a little twist, a moment that's got people talking. To understand this moment, it's important to know a little about the players. Giorgia Meloni, she's a figure that's definitely made waves on the international stage. As Italy's first female prime minister, she's leading a right-wing coalition, and she's known for her strong stances on issues like immigration and national identity. And J.D. Vance, well, he's a rising star in American politics, known for his own brand of straight-talking conservatism. So, you've got these two figures, both strong personalities, meeting in the heart of Rome. The backdrop to this meeting is also important. There's talk of transatlantic trade tensions, discussions about the war in Ukraine, and the ever-present complexities of international relations. So, this wasn't just a casual chat. It was a moment where diplomacy and political maneuvering were very much in play. And into this setting, J.D. Vance, with his American-style humor, throws in a comment about the Italian language. The moment that sparked all this chatter came during a photo op. You know, when the leaders stand together, smile for the cameras, and exchange a few pleasantries. And that's when J.D. Vance made his now famous remark. He said, "She could have called me a jerk and I wouldn't know. But it would be in the most beautiful language imaginable." He was, of course, referring to the Italian language, which he praised. Now, on the surface, it sounds like a lighthearted joke, right? A bit of banter to ease the tension. But in the world of international politics, even a seemingly innocent comment can stir up quite a reaction. Now, when a politician makes a comment like that, it doesn't just disappear into the air. It gets picked up, amplified, and analyzed from every angle. And that's exactly what happened with J.D. Vance's joke. Social media lit up, news outlets ran headlines, and political commentators had a field day. Here's where things get interesting. Some people saw it as a harmless attempt at humor, a way to break the ice in a potentially tense situation. They pointed out that Vance was clearly complimenting the Italian language and that his tone seemed lighthearted. Others, however, weren't so forgiving. They saw the comment as culturally insensitive, a display of American arrogance, or even a subtle form of disrespect towards Prime Minister Meloni. One of the key points of contention was the potential for misinterpretation. In a world where language and cultural nuances are so important, a joke like that can easily be taken the wrong way. Critics argued that it downplayed the seriousness of the meeting and could be perceived as condescending. And then there's the political angle. Remember, Giorgia Meloni is a significant figure on the European stage. Her right-wing views have garnered both support and criticism, and any interaction with her is bound to be scrutinized. So, Vance's comment became a talking point in the ongoing debate about transatlantic relations and the role of the United States in Europe. Adding to the complexity, the meeting took place against a backdrop of significant geopolitical events. Discussions regarding the war in Ukraine and also trade tension between the U.S. and the EU. These issues added weight to every word spoken during the meeting, therefore making J.D. Vance's lighthearted comment seem out of place to some. The Italian media, of course, had its own take. They explored the cultural implications of the joke and also the political ramifications. Some Italian citizens took to social media to express their views on whether the comment was offensive or harmless. This led to a very active online discussion. In the United States, the comment added fuel to the already burning fire of political discourse. It became a talking point in the ongoing debates about American foreign policy and the way that American politicians interact with foreign leaders. So, what started as a seemingly off-the-cuff remark quickly turned into a major talking point, highlighting the complexities of international diplomacy and the power of language. Now, let's break down the layers of this diplomatic moment because it's more than just a simple joke. It's a window into the complex world of international relations where every word and gesture is carefully analyzed. First, consider the context of the meeting. As mentioned before, this wasn't just a friendly chat. It was a high-stakes encounter between two political figures with significant influence. Discussions on crucial issues like Ukraine, trade, and the broader geopolitical landscape were on the table. In that environment, even a seemingly innocuous remark can carry weight. J.D. Vance's comment, while intended to be lighthearted, touched on a sensitive area: cultural differences. Language is a powerful symbol of national identity, and any perceived slight, even unintentional, can be interpreted as a sign of disrespect. Some critics argued that Vance's remark downplayed the importance of the Italian language and culture, potentially undermining the seriousness of the meeting. Then there's the question of political messaging. In the world of politics, every statement is a calculated move designed to resonate with specific audiences. Vance's comment, while perhaps not intended as a deliberate political statement, became a talking point in the ongoing debate about American foreign policy and cultural sensitivity. For Prime Minister Meloni, the situation presented a delicate balancing act. She had to navigate the complexities of international diplomacy while also addressing any potential concerns from her domestic audience. How she reacted or didn't react to Vance's comment spoke volumes. The reaction from the Italian press and public was also telling. It highlighted the importance of cultural pride and the sensitivity surrounding language. It also showed how quickly a seemingly minor incident can escalate into a major news story, particularly in the age of social media. In the United States, the comment became fodder for political pundits and commentators. It fueled existing debates about American exceptionalism, cultural sensitivity, and the role of humor in diplomacy. It also highlighted the partisan divide, with different groups interpreting Vance's remark in vastly different ways. Essentially, J.D. Vance's joke became a kind of Rorschach test, revealing the underlying tensions and complexities of the relationship between the United States and Italy, and more broadly, between the U.S. and Europe. It showed how even a seemingly lighthearted moment can become a flashpoint for larger political and cultural debates. And the way that politicians, the media, and the public responded to the comment revealed a great deal about the current state of international relations. The media's role in this whole situation cannot be overstated. In today's 24/7 news cycle, a comment like J.D. Vance's is like throwing a stone into a still pond. The ripples spread out quickly and widely. American news outlets, both mainstream and partisan, seized on the story, framing it through their own particular lenses. Conservative outlets often portrayed Vance's comment as a harmless joke, a bit of lighthearted banter that was blown out of proportion by the liberal media. They argued that Vance was simply complimenting the beauty of the Italian language and that any offense taken was manufactured. On the other hand, more liberal-leaning outlets tended to focus on the potential for cultural insensitivity. They highlighted the importance of diplomatic protocol and the need for American politicians to be mindful of cultural differences when interacting with foreign leaders. They also emphasized the potential for misinterpretation, especially in a world where language and cultural nuances are so important. The Italian media, of course, had its own unique perspective. They delved into the cultural implications of Vance's comment, exploring the nuances of the Italian language and the importance of national pride. Some Italian commentators expressed amusement while others voiced concern about perceived disrespect. Social media platforms became a battleground for public opinion, with Italians and Americans alike weighing in on the debate. Social media's role in amplifying the story was also significant. Platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram became echo chambers for different viewpoints, with users sharing and commenting on the story, often with strong opinions. Memes and satirical images circulated, further fueling the controversy. The way the story was framed by different media outlets also played a role in shaping public perception. The choice of words, the selection of quotes, and the overall tone of the reporting all contributed to how the public interpreted Vance's comment. The story also highlighted the growing importance of cultural literacy in international relations. In an increasingly interconnected world, it's crucial for politicians and diplomats to be aware of cultural differences and to communicate effectively across language barriers. In essence, the media coverage of J.D. Vance's comment became a microcosm of the broader cultural and political divides that exist both within the United States and between the U.S. and Europe. It showed how a seemingly minor incident can become a flashpoint for larger debates about cultural sensitivity, diplomatic protocol, and the role of humor in international relations. So, what's the lasting impact of this whole situation? What can we learn from J.D. Vance's joke and the subsequent reaction? Well, for starters, it underscores the importance of cultural sensitivity in international relations. In a world where communication is key, understanding and respecting cultural differences is more crucial than ever. This incident serves as a reminder that even seemingly innocuous comments can have significant repercussions in the world of diplomacy. It highlights the need for politicians and diplomats to be mindful of their words and actions, especially when interacting with foreign leaders. The story also sheds light on the power of language and its role in shaping perceptions. As Vance's comment demonstrated, language is not just a tool for communication, it's also a powerful symbol of national identity and cultural pride. Furthermore, this episode underscores the influence of the media and social media in shaping public opinion. In today's interconnected world, news travels fast, and social media platforms can amplify even the smallest incidents into major controversies. The incident also served to highlight the current state of political discourse both within the United States and across the Atlantic. The way that different groups interpreted Vance's comment revealed the deep divisions and partisan biases that exist in contemporary society. For J.D. Vance, this incident likely served as a valuable learning experience. It's a reminder that even well-intentioned humor can be misinterpreted, especially in a foreign context. It also highlights the need for politicians to be aware of the cultural sensitivities of their audience. For Giorgia Meloni, the situation presented an opportunity to demonstrate her diplomatic skills and navigate a potentially awkward situation. Her response, or lack thereof, sent a message to both her domestic and international audiences. Ultimately, this whole episode serves as a reminder that international relations are complex and multifaceted. They involve not only political and economic considerations but also cultural and linguistic factors. And in this increasingly interconnected world, understanding and respecting those factors is more important than ever. The story of J.D. Vance and his Italian language joke is a reminder that even seemingly small moments can offer valuable insights into the complexities of international relations and the power of language and culture. And that is why it captivated the news cycle and the world. It shows us how easily a comment can be misconstrued and how much weight words hold, especially in the world of politics.